On a clear morning in 1978, a jetliner fell from the sky into a San Diego neighborhood, changing aviation forever. PSA Flight 182, the day a jet fell on North Park. From a blue sky morning to California's deadliest air disaster, and the lessons that reshaped U.S. airspace. San Diego, September 25, 1978, 9:02 a.m. Pacific Southwest Airlines Flight 182, a Boeing 727 on its final leg from Sacramento via Los Angeles, was descending towards San Diego when it collided mid-air with a small Cessna 172 on a training flight. Moments later, the 727 plunged into the North Park neighborhood, exploding in a massive fireball near Dwight and Nile Streets. All 135 people aboard the jet were killed, along with both pilots in the Cessna, and 7 people on the ground. 22 homes were destroyed or damaged. It remains the deadliest aviation accident in California history, the morning and the merge. The weather was crystal clear as the 727 approached Lindbergh Field, now San Diego International Airport. Air traffic control had instructed the PSA crew to maintain visual separation from the nearby Cessna as both aircraft maneuvered in the area. After reporting the Cessna in sight, the 727 crew lost contact with it in the bright morning haze, but never told the controller. At the same time, the Cessna drifted slightly off its assigned course after a practice approach at Montgomery Field. Their flight paths converged. At 9:01 a.m., the two aircraft collided. The 727's right wing and fuel tank were ripped apart, igniting instantly. The cockpit voice recorder captured the final seconds, the sound of alarms, a mayday call, and the captain's final words. Brace! Brace? Brace yourself, before the jet hit the ground. Impact beyond North Park. The main wreckage gouged a crater near Dwight and Nile Streets, scattering debris across city blocks. Pieces of the Cessna fell several blocks away near 32nd and Polk. Within seconds, homes and vehicles caught fire. Emergency crews from across the city rushed in. Nearly 2/3 of San Diego's fire resources were deployed to fight the inferno. Residents helped pull neighbors from burning houses, while others fled the rising heat and smoke. By the time the flames were out, a tight-knit neighborhood had been forever changed. What investigators found, the National Transportation Safety Board's final report concluded that the PSA crew failed to follow their visual separation clearance by not informing controllers when they lost sight of the Cessna. Controllers, in turn, relied too heavily on see and avoid procedures, even though radar was available. The Cessna pilots also deviated slightly from their heading after their practice approach. It was a tragic chain of small decisions and assumptions that ended in catastrophe. Aftermath and reforms. The crash sparked urgent debate about operating large airports near crowded urban neighborhoods. But its broader impact was national. The FAA overhauled how airliners and small planes share terminal airspace, introducing terminal radar service areas, the early form of today's Class B airspace, to require tighter radar control around busy airports. Those changes, along with later technology like TCAS, the Traffic Collision Avoidance System, have since prevented countless near misses. The legacy of PSA 182 lives on every time two aircraft pass safely in crowded skies. Memory and meaning. Each year, San Diego honors the victims of Flight 182 with remembrances in North Park. Residents gather quietly at the intersection where the jet fell, now a symbol of both heartbreak and resilience. The San Diego Air and Space Museum preserves exhibits that tell the story, ensuring that the lessons and the lives are never forgotten. Why this crash still matters. This tragedy showed how small lapses in communication, in a split second, can lead to unimaginable loss. It forced aviation to move beyond visual separation and toward radar precision. And it reminded everyone that behind every safety rule, every reform, are the voices of those lost on that clear September morning.